Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Dreamscape Horsemanship Groundwork for Success video. Today we're standing here with 2-year-old Maise, and she's going to run us through the cues quickly to introduce how to put their head down, which for our program is a precursor to putting their bridle on for the first time. And obviously it's going to come in really handy when it comes to catching your horse, haltering them, taking the halter off, bridle path work, trimming, and pretty much anything involving their head. If they know how to put their head down, everything else that you do with their face becomes a lot easier. Yeah. So there's 2 ways that I introduce this. The first way, because we use rope halters on our horses for the most part, there's this lovely knot right at the bottom. Now, of course, with the nylon halters, there's a ring, or you have your chin strap. So basically, I just take my index finger and my middle finger, and I go on either side. I go on either side of that knot, and I simply just put a little bit of downward pressure, and right when they give their head like she did beautifully right there, I let that pressure go. Now she has had some issues putting her head down on cue, so that's kind of why I picked her for this video. And basically, if they start kind of resisting, I don't increase the pressure, I just try and hold it there as best I can. So again, oh, she kind of gave with the lightest of pressure, so again, 2 fingers, just going to kind of do a little bit downward pressure and let go. A little bit of downward pressure and let go. So that is basically how I want to do it, and I want them to get consistent with it to where when I do that we can drop all the way to the ground. Now obviously you don't bridle your horse from the ground very often, if at all, but it's just the fact of refining that exercise all the way down. So let's see if we can get her. There we go. All the way down. So she's still a little sensitive, so we're just going to let her. There we go. So my goal is to get them same with the lateral flexion, to where when I ask her to put her head down, she puts it down, and preferably she keeps it there without raising it up. There we go. Now she's starting to relax into that cue, and she'll keep her head down for us. So if they don't keep their head down, it's just a matter of keep practicing, keep refining that exercise, and eventually they'll just learn how to relax into that cue, and they'll just hold their head down. Now the second cue that I use is a little bit more challenging for most horses, and that's pole pressure. So basically, just behind both of their ears, right against their poll, I just take usually my middle finger and my thumb, and I just kind of lightly push down on that pole. And same thing, when they give that pressure, I let go. So right there, I'm just my fingers are resting there. Now I'm pushing just a little bit, waiting for her to do something. Preferably not walk away. Still holding. There we go. Let go. I'm going to back her up a step here. And it's not uncommon for the horses doing this exercise for the first few times to want to raise their head way up or kind of throw their head around. And if it gets to the point where you can't stay with them, just make sure you have a hold of your lead rope so they don't get away on you, but just let go of the pressure, bring them back, and try again. So I'm going to go back to the pole pressure here. There we go. So again, yeah, see right there is where she gets a little fussy. So middle finger and thumb just lightly pushing down there. And then my hand's just resting there without pressure. And now I'm putting pressure again. There we go. And again, I let go. So this one, she still doesn't quite want to hold her head down, and she kind of wants to back up or go forward, kind of evade my hand a little bit, because we're still pretty sensitive. But we'll keep working on it. So again, pressure, holding, there we go, right down. And she only brought her head about halfway back up that time. So again, pressure, just holding that there. I'm not getting stronger, I'm just holding it. Until, there we go, until she lowers her head a little bit. Same thing, pressure, pressure, just holding it there, there we go. And that is as simple as that. So it's an exercise that you can practice over a period of time. For horses that do it as nicely as she's doing it now, that's when I'll bring out the bridle for the first time, and I'll sack them out to the bridle for the first time, which is going to be the next video with Xerxes after this one. So thank you for watching. Pretty quick video today, but I just wanted to show you guys the cues to start with the kind of vertical flexion, head up and head down. And if you've been following the Groundwork series the whole time, you've already done your lateral flexion, you've already done the follow the feel around, which actually Maise helped us with that video as well. You've done the step up and step back, and you've probably done everything else as well, which is the yield, the hip and the shoulder, send around, surcingle, saddle pad, hey. And then we'll move on to saddling for the first time, which obviously she's not going to help me with, because as you can see, she's already wearing her saddle, so we know she's pretty good with that concept. So thank you for watching, and we will see you with the next episode.